So you've chosen to return to Forever Horror Month to embrace the hypnotic sway of Count Dracula. So as we all know, there have been numerous variations on the Dracula story since the dawn of cinema, all getting very enraptured, enveloped in that horror atmosphere. Whether it's the film noir, whether it's the gore and guts, they always went very much towards the throat of horror. But with this version from 1979, starring Frank Langella, based on the stage production also starring him, takes a very different approach. It takes Dracula and focuses in on more of a seductive, sensual, very romantic qualities of it. And I like that approach with this. This is very, very hypnotic type of film, very mesmerizing. And it's very much because of Frank Langella's performance in this. He is absolutely stunning in this film. As Dracula, he engrosses your attention. He locks your eyes in on the screen. You connect when you see those eyes peering out. You connect and you just can't take your eyes off him. He is so hypnotic and mesmerizing in this film. And what really does set this apart, because it's not very heavy on plot. The plot's not very strong. The story's not very strong. It's very much a performance-driven movie because you got Langella doing amazing performance. He does such depth and dimension with this character, and he did some unique things with it that I think really worked towards the humanization of the character. That Dracula is meant to be more sympathetic in this sort of story. That he's not this person that revels in the creatures of the night type of stuff like the Bela Lugosi version. He's much more of this lonely, isolated individual that is looking for this great eternal love to free him of the pain of all this eternal loneliness. And Langella does some amazing, unique things, like he made a stipulation that he wouldn't wear fangs or have blood on his face. He wouldn't be going for that gruesome, gory type of version of Dracula like Christopher Lee went or whoever else went for it. It was much more going for a much more humanized version of it, that you could be sympathetic with Dracula in this story, that you can feel his pain and feel his breath of love and depth and romance and all that kind of stuff. And beyond Langella, who, like I said, there's so many things he does great in this role. You've got Sir Laurence Olivier, amazing, classy actor. This guy's wonderful. He's one of the best actors that's ever lived. He's Abraham Van Helsing in this story, and he does such a wonderful job. And this film does change a couple things here and there with the story. Like, Mina Harker is actually Van Helsing's daughter, so there's a much stronger connection between Dracula and Van Helsing in this film, that Dracula is seducing his daughter, turning him into this creature of the night. So there's much more of a stronger connection there, much more emotionally based. And Olivier does some very good things in this film that you do feel the vulnerability, you feel the heart, the warmth of the character, but he has such conviction in the role. And he has this kind of peculiar accent that he puts on that is not his natural accent whatsoever, and it's very peculiar, but it does work very, very well. Makes Van Helsing a little bit more distinct, a little more original, a little more his own. You've got Donald Pleasance as Dr. Jack Seward, who does really a fantastic job in this film. It is amazing how Pleasance just maintained such a great consistency across all these different roles and these different genres, especially in the horror genre. He just does a lot of great work, just a lot of interesting little bits and pieces, little details in the performance that just make it very interesting and very, very unique to him, that he adds in little quirks here and there that just make it work, make it more distinct, draw a little bit more attention to what he's doing on screen, even if he's not the most pivotal character in the film. And another thing about this film is that the technical qualities of this Dracula film are remarkable. They are superb. They're exquisite. That John Badham really went for a much more elegant type of horror film. This wasn't something that was going to be, like I said, gore and guts and stuff like that. There are frightening elements, but he much more goes for that elegant, eloquent style, that there is a certain majesty about how this film is shot so exquisitely well. And it is a crime that later on, when there was a Laserdisc widescreen print being created, that years later Badham decided to desaturate the film, because he originally wanted to shoot the whole thing in black and white, And the thing is, you have to light in black and white to work as a black and white film. You can't just take whatever film you want that is shot in color, lit as a color film, and turn it into a well-looking black and white film. And it's such a crime because a lot of the footage in this review is coming from a high-definition version of the trailer, which has the original, glorious, vibrant, beautiful color timing. This is a richly colorful film, and the cinematography is just spectacular. This is also from the cinematographer who shot Star Wars and The Omen and Doctor Strangelove, who unfortunately recently passed away. So Gil Taylor, you did a fantastic job shooting this film. This is a exquisitely looking film, and John Williams' score rises just up to that same level. It is a score that has those mysterious romantic qualities, that there's a certain grandiose nature to it, but also the sorrowful nature to it. And I really, really, really like this film, because you can go out and watch a Dracula film that has all the blood and everything and all that, the usual stuff you expect from a Dracula film. You can see that in any kind of number of Dracula films that are out there. This one gives you something definitely different. It gives you something that's a different approach, and it has been said by many gentlemen's wives after watching this film that Frank Langella's performance, being so enrapturing, so stimulating, that women get a little turned on, and the gentlemen sort of benefit from Frank Langella's tantalizing performance as Dracula. So if you're looking for something a little romantic on your horror Halloween marathon, and you got a lady with you, maybe this one will get you something little extra. So this version of Dracula, I really like it. I only just saw it like last year, but it has sort of a special, unique quality for me. I look at this film as just like, that's very special. That's very unique. This hits me in a special, different kind of way that I really like. There's such artistic excellence in this film. Like I said, the technical qualities are almost flawless. There's some visual effects that are just, again, that elegant style, that however they achieved them was very elaborate, but it works so beautifully, so gracefully. Just, ooh, dang, man. And the ending of this film has a bit of an ambiguous nature, which really works towards the strengths of the film. I won't spoil anything, but it's just such a well executed style of this film, executed story, excellent approach to Dracula that doesn't quite get looked at. Much more, like I said, go for the horror, deep down guttural horror type of stuff. That if you're looking for something a little more different, something more romantic, a little bit more depth and emotion, with still a little bit of scariness, a little more, has some suspense, has some good effects here and there, that just looks fantastic, this is definitely a version you should check out. You definitely check this out. I really highly, highly recommend it. And a lot of the things I'm looking forward to in this Forever Horror Month is just spotlighting some films that are not the well-known stuff, not like Halloween and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and a lot of other stuff, or whatever the heck it is. I want to focus on stuff that's a little lesser known, something that I think are really good films that you might not have seen, or you might not have given much attention to. I'm going to give you that on Forever Horror Month, in addition to my top 5 favorite horror films of all time, which is kind of a mix of both of those types of things. So you'll definitely get some interesting stuff here throughout the month of October. So you stick around. There's more horror coming your way.